Good afternoon, students. So, this is the chapter Control and Coordination, Part 2. So, let's begin. What is control and coordination? The process of working together of various parts of body in regulated manner. Say here, as you can see the picture, the finger showing, pointing it out. So, there, if you touch that finger, so that man responds something, okay, and he feels something. So, and some process will be done in the body. So, that process, okay, of working together of various parts of body in a regulated manner, okay. So, likewise, here the right side of this diagram you can see all the lungs, okay, the inner organs like lungs, liver, intestine, okay, brain. So these are all these are all having some coordination together to work together, okay. So in a regulated manner. So that process is called what? Control and coordination. Very good. So then next, types of coordination. So there are two types, nervous and hormonal. So what is nervous coordination? So this nervous coordination is present in animals. It is not there in plants, as we all know, because plants doesn't have any nerves inside. And here you can see hormonal coordination is also there, but that is there in animals as well, plants. Very good. So next, see here, in the nervous system, the messages are carried as electrical impulse, okay. So what is electrical impulse? So you will get to know the things in detail in the further class, okay. So and if you see, as you can see here, hormonal coordination, the messages are in the form of chemical substance, okay, chemical messages you can say, that is in the form of hormones. So these chemical messages are released by hormones, okay. And this nervous coordination is very fast, okay, is fast, and hormonal coordination is slow in the body. So because it is an electrical impulse, so how fast the electrical impulse will go, because it's a magnetic force like such as, okay, so it will work so fast. But chemical messages, it will go very slowly. It reaches the brain or whatever in our body, it works slow, okay. So nervous coordination in humans. So nervous system, there are two types: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, okay. Central nervous system, the short form you can write as CNS, and peripheral nervous system means that is PNS, okay. So as you can see in this picture, left side, okay, see in the center, brain and spinal cord is located in the human body, okay. So that is called central nervous system. So let's move forward. See here, so the central nervous system have brain and spinal cord. Very good. Next, and in peripheral nervous system, there are peripheral nervous system contains nerves. So again in the nerves there are two types: somatic nerves and autonomic nerves, okay. And one more here you have to know that types of nerves. Left side you can see down, okay, types of nerves. There are two types of nerves, that is coming from brain, okay. There are some nerves coming from brain. So those nerves are called cranial nerves. And some nerves will come out from spinal cord. So such nerves are called spinal nerves. See again, the nerves which are coming from brain, so such nerves are called cranial nerves. Okay, and from the spinal cord the nerves will come out, so such nerves are called spinal nerves. Okay, I hope you got this. Okay, next, yeah, here nerves are two types. Okay, somatic nerves and autonomic nerves. Okay, fine. Somatic nerves, what are somatic nerves? So in the ninth standard we have gone through the words like voluntary and involuntary muscles, isn't it? Yes. So voluntary muscles means what? Means the muscle movements which are controlled by our mind and by the human being. So those movements, okay, are called involuntary muscular movements, you can say. So in such way here somatic, okay, somatic nerves means what? Controls voluntary muscles. So it controls voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles means voluntary actions means what? That is done by suppose if I'm moving my hand, okay, so you can control the movement of your hand, that is called voluntary action. So such actions, okay, are controlled by somatic nerves. Very good. And transmits sensory information to the CNS. CNS means what? Central nervous system. So it transmits sensory information. So whatever the senses receives the information, so that information transmits to the CNS, that is central nervous system. Very good. Next, what is autonomic nervous system? So the name suggests itself, autonomic means automatic, okay, means involuntary. So controls involuntary body functions. Involuntary such as heartbeat, in the digestive system, otherwise the kidneys function. So these are all we cannot control those movements, right? So these nerves, autonomic nerves, controls involuntary body functions. Okay, let's move forward. And you can see here, see, in autonomic, okay, in autonomic nerves again there are two types, sympathetic and parasympathetic. What is that? Sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. So what are those? We will see. Yeah, sympathetic, what is the function of sympathetic? Okay, it arouses body to expend energy. Arouses means it energizes the body, okay, it energizes the body, it provokes the body, okay, to expend energy means to spend the energy. So there in a sympathetic okay nervous movements, what happens actually for the body, the energy will be more generated. Okay, and next, what is the function of parasympathetic? It calms down the body and to conserve and maintain energy. So we will see some of the examples of sympathetic and parasympathetic for a better understanding. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, sympathetic nerves. So what are sympathetic nerves? What is the function of this? So it is also we can symbolically we can refer to this as fight or flight nerves. Okay, because in a emergency situations, okay, in certain situations what happens, you know, these sympathetic nerves will be activated. So see, such as dilate pupils means what happens, the pupil will become big in if you get angry, okay, what happens, the eyes will become big. Okay, so in such situations the sympathetic nerves will get activated. And inhibit salivation. See here, inhibit salivation means it stops. Inhibit means stops. Stop salivation means you don't feel hungry, okay, in such situations. And relax airways, you breathe more. For that, what happens, you will take more air inside. And increase heartbeat, isn't it? When you feel very sudden movements and all, your heartbeat will be increased, okay. And inhibit stomach activity, it stops the stomach activity as well. Next, if you see the parasympathetic nerves, okay, the opposite of this, because the body gets relaxed in the parasympathetic, by the parasympathetic nerves. So that is also represents as rest and digest, okay. So in this, what happens, constrict pupils, so it will become normal, okay. And stimulate saliva, it means saliva will be released, and you feel hungry even. And constrict airways, okay, so it will become the trachea, bronchi, everything will become normal, okay. And slow heartbeat, and stimulate stomach activity. So these are all the functions of sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. Very good. Next, human brain. So this is about central nervous system, right? Again, so we have finished peripheral nervous system, okay. Now this is central nervous system. About this, in the central nervous system, what are located? Brain and spinal cord. Now we will learn about brain. So in the brain there are two parts. Here you can see this is left brain, okay, this is right brain. So left brain represents logical thinking, okay, and right brain represents creativity, okay. Okay, fine. Here you can see in the left brain what are the functions, and the right brain what are the functions. Left brain, it can analyze, okay, and logic thinking and ideas, okay, and facts, math, training. So these are all the left brain will be useful to these functions. And right brain, you can see creativity and intuition, arts, creation, and feeling, imagination. So these are all the functions of right brain. Very good. Next, see here, the brain, there are three parts. The brain, there are three parts: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, okay. See, this is if you say this is the forebrain, okay, this is the forebrain, then in this is called cerebrum. What is this called? Cerebrum, okay. And this is skull. This is the skull bone. So that is also called cranium. That is called cranium. And this is midbrain, okay. And this is called hindbrain. See here, this is called hindbrain. In that hindbrain, okay, that is called hindbrain. In that there are again three parts: pons, okay, pons, and medulla and cerebellum. Pons, medulla, cerebellum. These three are the parts in the hindbrain, okay. But here, see, this is called stem. This is called what? Stem. This stem will be connected to spinal cord, to the informations giving and taking. Very good. So next, one more thing here you can observe. See, this is when you draw this cerebrum, okay, in the brain, then you can draw like this, in this way. So one C and opposite side one more C, again one more C, one more C. So you can draw the cerebrum in such way, okay, fine. Then for easy, for basic drawing, you can go through this. And next, Yeah, these are the major parts of the human brain. Forebrain, here it is, and midbrain is located here, okay, and hindbrain is here. Okay, fine. Next. Yes, here, see, in the somatic nervous system, okay, that is actually what voluntary. A somatic nervous system, somatic nerves means what? The nerves which are controlled by voluntary, okay. So those nerves are called somatic. So here cranial nerves, okay, in this cranial nerves, and one more are spinal nerves. Cranial nerves means what? Cranial nerves means the nerves which are coming from brain, okay. So such nerves are cranial nerves, and peripheral nerves, spinal nerves means what? Which comes from spinal cord. So here the cranial nerves are 12 pairs, okay, 12 pairs are there, cranial nerves, and spinal nerves are 31 pairs are there. Okay, fine, good. Next. So actually this is if you you will get interest, if you just focus a little, you will get interest to get into the subject. Okay, see how the brain is protected, okay, because the brain is so soft inside. So here you can see this is the gap between, okay, space is there. In that space, where this space is located, see this is skull bone, this is what? Skull bone, okay. This is cerebrum, this yellow one is cerebrum. In between some space is there, that space is called that space is called what? Excuse me. So that space is called subarachnoid space. Okay, it contains what? It contains cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, so in this space, what is there? Some fluid is there, that is which is related to cerebrospinal. Cerebro means what? Brain. Okay, related to brain, and spinal means spinal cord. So that fluid is related to brain as well spinal cord. So this, in this gap, that fluid is filled with okay. So because of that gap and fluid, the brain will be protected. If any jerks will come inside the body, okay, then what happens? The skull is so hard, right? If the fluid is not there, that space is not there, then what happens? That the smooth part of the brain will go and touches the skull, the hard surface. Then what happens? It may get injured. Okay, so that is the reason, this, because of this fluid, because of this gap, then it will get some shock absorptions. It will get some space, that movement. Okay, because of that the brain will be protected. Then next, yeah, what is the function of forebrain? Actually, forebrain has voluntary, all the actions, all voluntary actions are controlled by forebrain. Okay, so forebrain is also called cerebrum. As I told you, forebrain is also called cerebrum. So it is the most complex or specialized part of the brain. It consists of the cerebrum, and the functions are thinking, okay, and control of voluntary actions, and store information, memory. All the memory will be stored in cerebrum, that is forebrain. Okay, and receives sensory impulses, means what we receives through like eyes, ears, and nose also. Okay, so these are all the impulses, sensory impulses will be the receives where to the forebrain, okay, receives by the forebrain, and center associated with hunger. So this is the center associated with hunger also. Okay, fine. Next, functions of midbrain and hindbrain. So all the involuntary actions in our body controlled by midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, so the functions of hindbrain are, there are three parts. In hindbrain there are three parts, as I told you before. So what are those? Cerebellum and medulla and pons. Okay, so cerebellum, it controls postures and balance and precision of voluntary action. Okay, so main, the body posture it controls, right? So we can stand straight. So how? Because of cerebellum. And what is the function of medulla? It controls involuntary actions. So all the involuntary actions are controlled by medulla. Okay, and example, blood pressure and salivation, vomiting. So these are all okay, involuntary, right? Yeah. Pons, involuntary actions, regulation of respiration. So that is pons. This is very important. Okay. What are the actions that is related to respiration controlled by what? Pons. That is, where is the pons is located? Hindbrain. Okay, fine. So I hope I'm making everything clear to you. Okay, so that's why I'm moving forward, girls. So spinal cord, this is, so brain is, we have covered brain there in the central nervous system. Now spinal cord. Okay, so what is the function of spinal cord? SC means spinal cord. SC connects a large part of the peripheral nervous system to the brain. Okay, it connects the peripheral nerves. See here, you can see all the peripheral nerves. See, from the spinal cords, peripheral nerves came out, right? These are all the peripheral nerves. Peripheral means side. Okay, the side branches, you can say. So these are all called peripheral nerves. So these are all nerves, nervous system. So it connects to, how it is connecting to brain? These are all nerves through spinal cord. Okay, through spinal cord, these are all peripheral nervous system is connected to through spinal cord. Okay, so that is the main function of the spinal cord. Okay, very good. So whatever the senses, whatever the sensations receiving, okay, or getting received by these nerves, peripheral nerves, these are all information will reach the brain through spinal cord. Okay, very good. Next, reflex action. So in the next video, in the next class, I am going to teach about this reflex action and the main structural and functional unit of nervous system, that is about nephron structure and function. We are going to learn in the next class. Okay, so this is types of responses, okay, in our body, that is voluntary action and involuntary action, okay, and reflex action. So voluntary action, that is done by what? Voluntary, all the voluntary actions are controlled by somatic nerves, okay, and involuntary actions, that is autonomic nerves, and reflex action, so we will learn soon. Okay, so thank you for watching, girls. Have a great day.